to your seat yet, woman of God. Don't go to, yeah. Glory to God. If y'all will let me break protocol just for 1 second, and then I'll do what I gotta do. The Spirit of the Lord said, and tell you that your last distraction, you experienced it today. And that the reason why is that the enemy will try to entrap you, because you got to understand really what it is that he's after. What it is that your season that you're going through, I'm promising you that this is the moment that God is elevating you and your family. The last storm was the last storm for a while. I get the right church. The last storm was the last storm for a while. God said, because you were celebrating with others in your place of lack, I just turned it. Okay, I got the right church. He did the third time. Verse number 19. Well, then Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury and the form of vengeance, was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they would heat the furnace 17 times more than it wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, their hats, and their other garments, and they were cast in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, the furnace exceeding hot, the flames from the fire slew the men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste and spake unto his counselors, did we cast 3 men bound in the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O Lord. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt.
All right now.
And the form of the 4th,
what to say?
is like the Son of God.
Yes.
Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you servants of the Most High God, you weren't talking like that before.
Come on here. All right.
Come forth out of what I put you in. Then he said, come hither. Don't just come forth, but come here.
Come here.
Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire. I just want to talk for a few moments, just for a few. The fire is necessary.
All right.
The fire is necessary. When we begin to deal with Daniel, the 3rd chapter, you have to deal with the fact that Daniel and these particular people was under Babylonian rule and captivity. God has seen it be necessary for the enemies to have control over them for a moment. Just for a moment. Sometimes you got to be placed in a situation that it seems to be out of your control. But it is that God is working some things out of you. One of the things that we will come into the book of Daniel, we begin to find out that the Babylonian cultures begin to change their name. It is that their name was not really Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Their name was actually something else in the beginning. Because the devil's assignment is to take your name and to rob you from your godly assignment. It is to make you feel belittled and make you feel like you have nothing else to offer. And so you could be in a place and not feel your worth or your value. But look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I am valuable. The devil can only do what he can do on the outside, but he cannot rob you from what's on the inside.
All right.
And that is why it is important that we come to Daniel, the 3rd chapter. King Nebuchadnezzar had made a decree after building a statue in reminiscence of himself and told the people of God that at this particular time of hour, I want you to all bow down and worship the statue. I want you to worship the statue in harmony and light. And it calls in, I'm going to put in also a law that states that if you would do this, then if you don't do this, then I'm going to put you in the fire. You got to understand that when you talk about Babylonian, you talk about a system and a government that is set up to keep you entrapped. This is not slavery as we know it in America, where you had to be beaten and pick cotton. No, this is a people that was free, but their mindset was trapped. Lord have mercy. They was letting them go to school. They was giving them education, but they were still controlling them. They were controlling them because they wouldn't get into the full revelation of God. They could talk about the moon and the stars, but they couldn't talk about the God of the moon and the stars. They could talk about the houses and cattle. They could own property, but they could not benefit from the land themselves. They could be able to join the army. They could be professors in school and still not have nothing to themselves. They were enslaved a system. And tonight I come to do one thing in this atmosphere is to kill the system. The system is to keep you ensnared and entrapped. It says that you cannot prosper in ministry unless you do it this way. It says that you cannot be beneficial in life unless you turn and do things this way. But I got to tell you, the system is being broken. The system is coming down. The system is changing for your behalf. You ain't got to compromise anymore. The system is changing. You got to understand that God is turning the things around. Watch this, that you don't need the government to survive after today. Lady Rose, come on. This is what the Spirit of the Lord said when you got in here. The reason why this is very important for me to say this tonight is because he has been trying, well, he is not trying, he is shaping and developing. He's turning some things around in your psyche. He is, prophet, when I start working, I like something like a praise something. You know, don't worship me, just praise me. Yeah, there it is, yeah. And so, because at any moment, she gonna shout, because she need it. She gonna shout because she got to shout so the thing in her body will leave. Hallelujah. God told me to tell you, he said to let her know when I saw you walk through the door, I was getting really excited because I knew what it was that God was going to say. The reason why this is so important is because your fire has lasted a long time. It has lasted actually about going into the 23rd month. It's going on almost 2 years. Am I talking? And the Lord said to tell you before it hit the 2nd year, he said, today I'm going to do it. Lift those hands. God said, what? Y'all ain't like to say. I want you to look this hand all the way up. Right now. This hand all the way up. Is this hand all the way up? Is this hand up? And this is what's been happening. You've been experiencing blessings moderately, but not at the same time in every place. But God sent me to let you know you're getting ready to receive all at one time. This is very important to you because he's been blessing you, but not at the level of your expectation. Because you've been waking up with something in you saying it's got to be better, but then you've been receiving little, but not at the level of your expectation. Am I talking? But the Lord told me to tell you, I'm going to meet your expectation in the next 3 days. It's going to come in the form of the mail. Yes. This is what I see to you, God. The Spirit of the Lord, yes, this is what I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying. When you begin to walk, he said, tell her I'm going to really bring the intercessor out. Watch this. Most intercessors, until they learn how to control it, are some of the most tormented people. Yes. Some of the most tormented people, and it's because of that connection with God and the separation of their spirit and their flesh, and then have this place of where we're not being it's not being brought together. Like lift your hands up a little bit, just a little bit. They're up too high. There you are. Tell her I'm going to bring the promise I gave her in 07. I'm not thinking about what to say, I'm thinking about how to say it. One, God let you go through the drought to reinvent your gift and to reinvent what he's bringing on the inside of you. What's getting ready to be presented to the world is getting ready to change the world forever. He lets you go through the long way. I know what I'm saying. And there probably was expectations. There was things that should have happened for you. Certain endorsements. God said, I didn't let none of those things happen. But I'm getting ready to do it because of the way I'm getting ready to present to you. How I'm getting ready to present you. Secondly, you really want it this way. You really want it this way because you really want it this way. 3 people holler for the favor. Just give me the happen. Nobody will be able to get the credit for God. You can deal with all this right here. You can deal with all this right here. This is what the Spirit of the Lord said. He said to let you know that I am the God of provision. He said to let you know that I am the God that's going to filter the money through your hand to be a blessing. This is what he said. He said because of what you prayed December 31st. God said I'm going to entrust you with it. I'm a big boy. If I'm just God, let me know. Huh? All right. Don't be nervous. You know? I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out what to release. She said release it all. He said even drive is going to change. Come on, man. gonna change. God said they won't have to help you, you're gonna help them. God said because you really want to be the armor bearer, He's going to empower you with all the tools necessary. And He's financially freeing you. That's how much I can give you today. Watch this. He wants me to tell you to do something that's out of your comfort zone. He said, tell her to holler. He said, because if she hollers, it'll come quick. Watch this. This is difficult for her. I'm here. But you got to do what's unconventional because of what's getting ready to happen. A sign to know that I'm not missing God. God woke you up real early, about Thursday morning, Thursday night going into Friday morning. And begin to drop some things in your spirit that scare you. Because God said, as the armor bearer, you're going to be able to see things before your leader. And you said that I don't want to deal with this because to deal with this like this, right? But if you will holler, He'll give you grace for the position. 1, 2, 3. We're going to holler. 3. So Apostle Jackson, when I was asking the Lord about what my assignment here tonight, He told me, you will go in to break systems. This is what He began to share with me. I think I knew of you, but never really met you until last year, like the latter part of last year, whatever it was. And I knew then why there was a connection. I love you from the day, just day one. I love your people, love your spirit. But this is what He said to me that I did not understand, your understanding. He said, tell her I'm going to reintroduce her because this season has to be about her and not you undergirding everybody else. You have not yet saw the hand of God move like it's getting ready to move. The Lord sent me tonight to let you know I have placed approval on living water. But not just living water, but all of the living waters that's on the inside of you. And this would be the headquarters. There's more in you. This is very important that you understand. You will be called by some that you used to go for. But when you go in those doors, I know this to be true. When you're going to be a person that do a class, people will hear you and bring you in to change their reformations. They forgot how I started. You're getting ready to take. I said, whatever I release in this house as a prophet belongs to someone now. It got to happen because I'm in the umbrella of the apostolic anointing. Overflow. Do me a favor. Put your hand on her shoulders for me. Yes. And say this, I got your back for real. And this is what you say. Say, we gonna do this. watched you when you wanted to say stuff and you didn't.
I watched you. What you said? No, I watched you.
But tell her, we gonna see it now.
We gonna see it now. We gonna see it now.
So the sacrifices, we getting ready to see it now. Okay, y'all about to make me cry.
My God. Thank you, Jesus.
I want you to put a praise in here, please. Your hand on her shoulder. That was birthed out of you, that was supposed to happen for you, is getting ready to now happen. You got to open up your mouth and preach. Come on, I need you to open up your mouth and praise God. Because he's ensuring a legacy. He's ensuring a legacy. I saw the picture. We was going in on the pictures in the office because the Lord said these will be those that will become millionaires through athletics. Tell your neighbor, say neighbor, and it is so. Open up your mouth. Come on.